II. Juliette Binoche visited Thessaloniki in a different role this time. The renowned star of cinema presented her first directorial work, Ina in Motion, at the Thessaloniki Documentary Festival. The film follows her collaboration with the famous British dancer and choreographer Akram Khan. The acclaimed actress spoke to Euronews and, among other things, referred to the events unfolding around the world, including wars, crises and genocides. Juliette Binoche revealed that the idea for her new project came from the late Robert Redford.
Why did you decide to do this documentary now, 17 years after the show?
So I did the documentary, first of all, because a long time ago, 15 years ago, even a little more, Robert Redford, after seeing the show Ina, said to me, "You've got to make a film out of this." And a few years after, then I met two financiers and said, "Do you have a project you'd like to do?" And I said, "Well, I have those tapes that I've I asked my sister, Marion Stanas, who's a director, to film the show, the 7 last shows." And then we said, okay, let's do it. And then I thought I'd like to do a documentary on the process of the work. So I had the actual show being filmed, and I wanted for people to experience what it feels like to create something new. Because Akram wanted to play, to be and to act, and I wanted to dance, to move. So we taught each other art form, and we tried in 6 months to make a show. And so you see the process of all this. And the rushes are actually my sister, Marion, who came to the rehearsal room to film us because she was making her own film. So at the end of it all, I gathered her rushes and some of the rushes that we used, we used the work camera, and I mixed it and made it a film.
Mm-hmm. So how this performance changed your life? Is this a highlight in your career? Because it's something different. And what you taught each other, you and Akram?
What did we teach each other? Patience, love, tolerance, learning, being a starter again. When you're in your own art form, me acting and Akram dancing and being a choreographer, we really were, when we met, I was, totally an actress. And so the fact of starting again, learning a new art form, it requires a lot of humility because you see how difficult it is to learn something new. But then that was the challenge we wanted to live, is to not know and put ourselves into an edge of learning. So you have to open your ears, you have to open your eyes, you have to be patient with yourself, because I felt there were moments I was totally blurry. I couldn't remember the movements. I felt my body would move. My mind was moving, but not my body. So it takes a while for you to train that. So I had a wonderful trainer. You can see in the film, Suman, and we were walking every day and running every day, and so your heart start to get into it. But then we wanted to really make this encounter of movement and emotion. That was really our challenge. And so it took a while to find for us a story where we could express emotions as well as movement. And so we use the theme of love, because love has so many different layers and emotions. That was a good one to use.
So you like experimenting with different art forms and different media. Why? And why you don't do easy things? Why you try a lot to do different things in different art forms?
Because life is full of possibilities. And as an artist, I think you have to put yourself into not difficulties, but into the new. Where is the new? Where do you want to take risks? Where do you want to explore? And I've always been interested in movement, because emotions is a movement. A thought is a movement. Everything is movement. Life is movement. Henry Bergson, is only making, books about movement, and I experience it all the time as an actress. I've always been fascinated how do you relate the inside to the outside, or the outside to the inside. It's always a movement that is fascinating for each of us. How can it be, artistically, how can a movement be truthful and not just willingful? And where's the difference? And so I think the film is exposing all those questions that are very human questions, but artistic questions, because we are all artists, but we ignore it sometimes. And so putting yourself as a new beginner, a starter, allows you to be innocent again, in a way, to be humble again, to be thankful every day that you survived that day, you didn't die. And it's really what happened when I was doing this show in Every single night I thought I was going to die. Every single night I was grateful that I didn't die, because it was very demanding. It's not about going into places where you're suffering, but it's about exploring something new. And you go through phases where it's difficult, but it's part of life. It's if you want to achieve something, there's always some sort of demands. And the purpose is not to suffer. The purpose is to give. And that's why, we're here as artists. We're supposed to give.
And to one last question, talking about artists and what is happening around us today. We live in increasingly troubled times with wars and genocides around us. So what can artists do about all of that? And is there a time for doing something else except art? Actions.
We're here as artists to celebrate life and to love it and to be united. And I think we are all different. Where each of us, we have different points of view, different, needs. But deep down, there's a unity we can find. And it's for us to make this journey, this road, and walking on the road of each of us, in order to find out being humble again. I think that's what it is. There's a lot of egos going on. And, we have to let go of a lot of values that we think were cannot change. It's not true. A lot of values can change and will change, because nature will tell us to change, but if we don't do it with our intelligence and our wisdom, we will be told with a big finger, so we better change. And artists, I think it's a place where you can ask questions, explore questions, and it's about beauty. Deep down, it's about beauty.